Hi,
Okay,
it's
all
Yanni, and I'm happy to take this.
Hi, it's me.
Okay, guys, we are going to get ready for our next question. This is a more professional. So everybody put your professional. Larry, me and Larry have our professional glasses. Jarrell has his professional hat.
Mm-hmm.
And Juria has her professional face. Oh, boobs. Okay, or boobs.
Those are the nice professional boobs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I put on a bra for this. So.
Not to be confused with the club boobs. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Those would be out.
So I think the person who wrote this was just so upset. It got a little bit, so I'm gonna have to reword it a little bit, but you're gonna get the gist of what it is.
All right.
Man, let me tell you, my supervisor threw me under the bus. I clearly denied the request of a customer because it was not protocol. When I escalated the call to my supervisor, she agreed with me that it wasn't protocol to send a personal email to a customer. So when his supervisor got off the call, if you've ever worked in this type of job, she wrote in her notes basically saying, like, I did what the customer said. Versus, helping him out, but she made it look like I came in and did what he should have did. Okay?
Typical.
Right. So the question is, how do I approach her professionally without going over her head to higher management? Because this person wants to basically, this person feels wrong. Like, you went and I told you this is what happened. Okay, I got you. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. And then she wrote it in as if he didn't really do his job. So, feeling some kind of way, what should he do?
You know what?
You know what, guys? Let me stop wait, before you get started. Y'all probably don't know this. Larry is a manager, y'all. So he tells people what to do all the time. This probably about him, low key. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna hold you.
It's probably about him. So I don't know though. I don't know. So, Mr. Dern, if you wouldn't mind.
So I've worked in corporate America quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And we everyone answers to someone. So I want to help him out by giving him some things that I've used in my toolbox to kind of help resolve situations like this. So first thing you want to do is find a time when you two can be alone, where you can talk a little bit more privately. Oftentimes when there are people around you, it makes it, there's an audience, and then you both have a tendency to put on a show. But if you are alone, it gives you an opportunity to be honest and a little more genuine. And if I can help you out with some verbiage for a situation like this, listen here, you tackhead bitch. Throw me under the bus again. I'm gonna blow up your entire family. Fuck you. Fuck everybody you ever loved. And do some shit like that again, and let's see what happens. I'm from the East Side, ho. Now try some more shit.
This message is for Rachel.
When you say tackhead,
you big fat white.
You
big fat white.
This is for Rachel. You big fat white. Racist ass. Why you take me off the bus? With the dirty white racist.
I figured that you have two options here. You can either take the short road or the long road.
What was Larry's? You're disagreeing with Larry, or?
No, that's an option. That's an option. I'm not necessarily disagreeing, but that's not necessarily what I would do.
Okay. Should we do a little background on Jarrell and his email?
Listen, I was gonna do it after he gave his advice.
Oh, sorry. Stop. Go ahead, Jarrell. Sorry.
No, get it out now. Get it out now. Get it out now.
Jarrell stay in trouble. Like, he's saying so much mess at work.
No, I don't.
Listen, he hasn't found in it like any type of altercation. He is ready to pounce.
Which most people would guess from Jarrell. People who don't know him really know him. Like he is really nice, but we don't know what you're doing at work.
It's always
like,
something every week.
Look what
so they gonna sit up here
and send this email. We like, oh Lord, what did Jarrell just send now? Send some email going off on something.
Right. Stop being so confrontational.
I wouldn't call
starting emails off first of all.
First of all.
No.
I'm of the thought that sometimes you gotta nip it in the bud. All right, you gotta.
The bud hasn't been there.
He's a bud nipper.
The bud hasn't blossomed, and you like nipping the seed. Like
you gotta get down in there. Sometimes you gotta get down in there.
That's what he said.
So,
hey.
So
okay, go ahead, Jarrell.
The long road is from here on out. Take very, very detailed notes about every mess up, every flaw, every off-color comment, everything that this manager did. I mean, with dates and timestamps, create a folder
on the supervisor.
Create a folder on your laptop and keep all of this information stored. I mean, as detailed as you possibly can. And once you have enough information, you know what I mean, then you take it to their superior and just go ahead and take them down. All right, him or her, I don't know. That's the long route. You got to be patient with that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because they're going to give you the material that you need. They're going to give you the information that you need. You know, you just got to wait it out, you know?
Okay.
You have to be detailed. If you don't have timestamps, if you don't have screenshots, if you don't have dates, you got to have all of that in order for this to really go the way you want it to go, to get them up out of there. All right, so that's one option. You can do that.
Okay. That's the long road.
Not that I've ever been a part of that. I'm just saying that's the other one would be, I guess I get what Larry's saying. My only thing would be is that sometimes they're not really trying to hear that. You know what I mean? Just like, oh, it's not a big deal. That's another problem that I would have in the corporate environment, is that people try, oh, it's not a big deal. It won't come back up. You know, that was just something. I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus.
Well, no, yes and no, because
it always comes back up.
Sometimes you have to lay the groundwork that I'm not the one. And so not even like you got to go, like what Larry is saying is go to them privately. So I'm not saying, in saying I'm not the one, you don't have to front them out in front of everybody like, hey,
no.
You was wrong. But if you go to them one-on-one like, hey, I didn't like that you did this, and this. And then in the back of their mind, if it happens again, they like, okay, I already had this conversation with this person, so I'm not going to do this to that person again.
I guess in my experience, I haven't had that type of...
We know!
That type of leadership that will be open to receiving that type of criticism. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I feel like the way Yanni seemed like she's approaching it, I wouldn't do it that way. I would more so, once it happens, go to them later, like he said, one-on-one.
Like Larry said.
And be like, but you have to very specifically, hey, I thought the rules were this, and this. And then if she like, well, yeah, but sometimes or whatever, I would just start doing it now. From now on, like, you can't say nothing to me because you told me we can do it.
No, but also
this is the thing. This is the thing. Yes,
this is not
Jarrell is correct. Of course, obviously I was being facetious, but it is about documentation. If the process and the policy
that's what I'm saying. You go ask them like, hey, what is the process? Is it this?
Drea, but you have to email them. Get it in writing. Because otherwise they'll say,
oh, I email everything.
Okay.
Yep.
And y'all
email say,
crazy.
I think it's okay to have
my
that.
emails aren't confrontational.
No. What I'm saying is the conversation should be face-to-face to say, hey, this is what happened. Take out all your emotion. No emotion. Hey, on Thursday, I received a call. Someone asked me to do something that was outside of company process. And so then you got on and you did something that was outside of company process. And the way you worded the letter made it seem as if I did something improper. I just wanted to clarify if I did anything wrong. Did I misinterpret the company policy? And then they're gonna say, no, you didn't interpret the company. It's just this, so. So are you explaining to me that as a manager, you have some access and some leeway that I don't? And I'm totally fine with that.
Right.
It's just and have the verbiage available. It's just the way you worded this. If anyone else reads this, it sounds as if I wasn't doing my job correctly, or as if I don't understand the company process.
Right.
So I just wanted to be clear on this, because and you're just stating facts. You're not going in there, you this, and you may be, no.
Jarrell.
These are the facts. This is what the policy is. And so then if she tells, to Drea's point, if she tells you no, it's totally okay, we do it all the time, say, I'm totally on board, I'm fine with doing that. It's just, it doesn't say it in the policy. So what I need you to do is send me an email. And if you give me an email authorizing me to do that, you won't ever have to take those type of escalations again, because I'll send the email.
So I guess
no, I'm saying all escalations to you.
You have to seriously sit there and decide, is this worth it?
Is it worth it?
So you have to really look at this. Like, is this the first time she did it? Jarrell she did it, it's worth it.
I know, and I'm pray for me, pray my strength, because
pray for his strength
every time.
But you have to. It's literally a calculated. It being a person of color in America. Yeah. You have to weigh and you have to sit and decide, is this worth it? Here's the first. Have you been coming to work on time?
Yeah.
Do you come to work on time every day? If you don't, sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
Do you do your job? You know what I mean? Like, you literally
are your assignments always in on time?
Are your assignments? Do you have good reviews? So
what do
you
your
have to
reviews
weigh
look like?
all these things. Meaning, it's a game, but you're calculating. Can I do this? Okay, you know what? I do come in late. I kind of get rid up on that. Let me not, because if I do this, she gonna be like, oh, you know what? Next time he coming in late, I'm getting. You know what I mean? Maybe she hadn't been doing that. So
and she probably got a file already on that ass.
Probably.
The old folks say you got to count up the cost.
Count up the cost of what you feel. If you feel this is important enough. If this is the first time she did it, then I do think you should just, like Drea, Drea and Larry is actually saying the same thing, which is.
No, it's very different. I'm just
address it, but like in a professional way.
In a professional way, and get a clear understanding of what you can and can't do.
You want to come off, and it's actually, I see what Larry and Drea saying. Larry is saying, as a manager, it's probably more helpful for him, and because he's a manager. He makes us say that, guys. Like, we just try to talk to him normally. He just wants to bring up that he's a manager in every conversation. So I'm just kind of
episode notes.
Right.
Please say manager.
Please say manager. So as a manager, he's saying for him, and again, in his managerial word of the day. Say it again.
Managerial word of the day. Managerial
style is just come talk to me. I'm easygoing. I'm gonna work it out. But Jarrell is saying he's had managers who's not like that. Like, they're not in that. They don't. And we all know we've all had different types of managers. Some don't know what they're doing. Some do, whatever. But Larry is saying, if you just come to me one-on-one, I can kind of let you know what happened. But Jarrell is saying you may not have that type of manager, and so you could end up in a bad situation, because if this person did this to you, but I'm saying, you don't want to start nothing that you can't finish.
Or that you're not completely in the right. Like, it's nothing they can get you on. Because I've been in those situations where it's like, I can speak up for myself because I come to work on time. I do what I'm supposed to do. I do extra stuff. And I know everything else everybody else is doing. So if I go down, everybody's going down.
So it's kind of like a combination of everything we're saying. Keep track of what's going on around here.
The most important thing is CYA. If I've ever learned anything from a job, is cover your ass.
Yeah, period. You kind of want to send an email. So
that's why I wouldn't go to them face to face.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do the email. Hey, just wondering, because I read the report. Like, did I do something wrong? And then from what she says, go from that.
And actually, what you could do, I don't know.
See that
I was gonna say send an email and talk to them in person, but they may respond in person and not on email. What you need is email.
That's our advice. I think if we can sum it up, you gotta weigh your options. You gotta
sum it up is weigh
your options, and whatever you do, get it in writing.
Get it in writing.
I agree, because initially, for me, when I know who that boss is, sometimes that one-on-one conversation gets rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. You can kind of.
But I know I usually know people, and I know who I can have those conversations with and who I can't. But to Dria's point, and I wholeheartedly agree with that, it never hurts an email. Take all emotion out. Don't tell you how he made you feel, none of that. These are the facts. This day, a call happened. I did this according to the company policy, and this is what you wrote. Put it in quotes. This is what you wrote.
Right.
That sounds like I did something I was not supposed to do. Would you please clarify?
Right. I just want to, right, because what Drea said is like.
So the next time
it's
that
less
call comes in.
More like, hey, I just want to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, because the next time that call comes in, I don't want to have to escalate to you unnecessarily. The next time that call comes in, I want to be sure that I'm doing the best for I have our customers in mind.
Like, okay, so Jarrell, think about it. If we were the manager either wrote that and didn't think about it. So the manager might reread it like, oh, you know what?
It sounds like I'm saying this, but that's not what I didn't
mean. And they might say, moving forward, continue going with the policy you are, the going policy. Or so they might come up to you like, hey, that's not really what I meant. But if they have the type of manager like you're saying who did it on purpose or did do it on purpose, but I don't like when you say that to me. So it's you still on that other side, which is cover yourself. So they either got to address it or ignore it. So if they ignore it, it's fine. You still have on record, I sent an email about it. So if you have in your review later and they say, well, here I see that this manager, and you can say, I sent the email, I never got a response. And then, you know what I mean? Like, so at the end, it is CYA, but it's like, I'm saying you can catch more bees with honey than vinegar. That's my motto for life.
Same.
Be as nice as you can to people.
Yeah.
All the time, in any professional, personal.
Yeah. Agreed.
As nice as you can until you can't. That is the end of that one, I believe. So I think we